welcome to the vanEupen Arena for today's fixture between the Motormen and Winsford United. I'm Hoijord and I'm delighted to bring you today's match preview. Coming up on today's show, we speak to the Motors coach Mark Cohen and we speak to Motors winger Kieran Napper. We also catch up with chairman John Waring and Winsford manager Lee Duckworth. Both sides come into this game following high scoring 90 minutes over the weekend, with the difference being that the hosts managed to bring all 3 points back to Ellesmere Port, whereas Lower Breck managed to beat Winsford United. Later on in the game, just 1 point separates both sides in the league table. Today's visitors are Winsford United. They were formed all the way back in 1813 as Over Wonders, competing in the Welsh Football League. After a few years, United moved to their current home, Great Western Playing Field, renamed in 1913 as the Barton Stadium. This was because way back in the early 1900s, the club renamed thanks to Mr. R.J. Barton. Now, before we move on to the next part of the show, ahead of today's game against Winsford United, we would like to bring some sad but respectful news to today's show. 22 years ago today, Vauxhall's player Mark Pearson was involved in a dreadful incident on a football pitch. The Motormen, back in the 1999-2000 season, faced the Northwood side on a Tuesday evening. Pearson looked to be struggling just minutes into the match and collapsed on the pitch. Play continued, but as soon as the ambulance arrived, the referee abandoned the fixture. Pearson was announced dead on arrival by cardiac arrest. Vauxhall forfeited the tie and set up a charity football match at the vanEupen Arena in aid of the charity Cardiac Arrest for the Young. Mark will forever be a part of the Vauxhall Motors FC family and will never ever be forgotten. There are 11 games across the North West Counties Football League this evening in 5 different competitions. From the Premier Division, abandoned due to a dreadful injury at half time. Motors left back Greg Drummond went off due to a head injury and was rushed to hospital. Thankfully, Greg is recovering well and here today, supporting the boys from the sidelines for the foreseeable future. This is thanks to the NHS staff at the hospital, along with 2 first responders, the Runcorn Town physio and Vauxhall's physio, Shirley Whittaker. A 3-1 loss at Anfield Sports Centre against Lower Breck prepared Vauxhalls for the massive match against Congleton Town at the vanEupen Arena. A frustrating 10 days ago in Ellesmere Port, losing 1-0 to the Bears, despite dominating for large parts of the game. After this, the Motormen made the trip down to Manchester to face Macclesfield at the Leeston.com Stadium. A trip down to for the Whites